Welcome to the Warbird Mistress. This is London Calling. Today is Monday the 29th of July, 1940. Good evening. These are the events of the day. A fair summer night with only light Luftwaffe activity gave England a restful sleep, if only for the early morning hours to once more be interrupted by a large strike against Dover Harbour. Just after 0730, 48 Stukas from 4LG1, 2 STG1, and 2 STG3 headed to strike the target with an enormous escort of 80 BF-109s from JG-51 and 3 JG-26. Facing these four-score fighters and their bomber charges were the Hurricanes of 56 and 501 squadrons, with the Spitfires of numbers 41 and 64 squadrons. The melee was intense over the target as our boys shot down 3 of the diving Hellions and damaged 2 more bombers, bloodying up 4 of the fighters, which then crash-landed in France. While several of our fighters suffered damage in this fight of incredible odds, only 2 were lost in the action. At sea level, the bombers sunk the steamer SS Grönland and the patrol yacht Gulzar, while HMS Sandhurst was destroyed in the harbor after enduring severe damage yesterday. The Germans were not yet done for us today, and at 1300 hours a flight of Junkers 88 medium bombers from 2 KG-76 struck at our trawlers off Dungeness in Kent, likely trying to disrupt our anti-mine capabilities. Coming in at wave-top level, they still failed to hit their targets and instead lost 2 of their number. One was downed by our anti-air guns, and the other flew into a cable from one of our many barrage balloons. Unfortunately, the Germans' luck changed at 1720 hours when 41 Bf-110s arrived over Harwich to strike a convoy cat. 11 of the heavy fighters from our problems group at 210 were armed with bombs for the attack, and they were escorted by 30 more from ZG-26. While several squadrons received a scramble warning, the 110s were only met by number 151 Squadron's Hurricanes. As the 11 fighter bombers hit 2 of the convoy's vessels, their escorts severely damaged 2 of our interceptors, who then had to disengage and force land. Only 1 of the bomb-laden Bf-110s was damaged, and all of the enemy escorts escaped damage. German losses were heavy today as 25 pilots and airmen were killed in action, and 11 aircraft were lost. For our part, the RAF lost 6 machines and 3 airmen, 2 from the morning engagement and 1 in a separate incident. Flying Officer Douglas Robert Gamblen of No. 41 Squadron went missing while flying Spitfire 93038 near Dover after combat with Bf-109s and U-87s. Neither his aircraft nor he will be recovered. Pilot Officer Kenneth Charles Campbell, Royal Air Force Volunteer Reserve of 49 Moss Lane, Pinner, Middlesex, died in a crash at Brabourne-Lees, Kent on his 28th birthday, when his Hawker Hurricane, L-1955, attempted a forced landing and was burned out. The engine from his craft can be seen restored at Madison's Spitfire and Hurricane Memorial Museum. 3rd Flight Sergeant Cecil John Cooney of Ross-Robin, Sir-Thimbich, was killed flying Hurricane P-3879 with No. 56 Squadron when he was shot down by a Bf-109. The Welshman's aircraft was seen to explode and crash into the channel, although his body will never be recovered. He had to his credit a shared probable Henschel 126 and a probable Bf-110, both from the French campaign. And those were the events of Monday the 29th of July, 1940. Thank you, and good night. Thank you for tuning in to the Warbird Mistress. This is London Calling, a day-by-day detail of the Battle of Britain, and I hope that you subscribe, watch the playlist for new editions, and do check out other offerings on this channel. Subscriptions through Patreon and YouTube are more than welcome to keep this channel going. Thank you and take care.